Hi, my name's Heather, and I've been able to scale multiple Etsy shops to 100 sales plus. I've actually scaled one shop from 0 to 250K on Etsy within 1 year. And today I wanted to share how to first achieve those first few sales to your first 100 sales on Etsy. I know when you begin, the most crucial and critical times of an Etsy shop is within those first few months that you're uploading listings and you may not see any visits, you're not seeing any views, you're not seeing any purchases maybe. And there are ways that you can, first of all, get that first sale and then hopefully start building traction and scaling that business to over 100 sales. And then maybe one day hit that 5-figure milestone or 6 figures in your business. For those who don't know what print on demand is, it is a service and a business model where your customer purchases a product and you have a company connected to your Etsy shop that will print, pack, and ship those products out to your customers. The company that I really recommend is Printify. That's been my #1 go-to since I began. They have earned me hundreds to thousands of dollars in profit, not just revenue. And now I do this full time. I quit my 9 to 5 to pursue Etsy and print on demand full time. So if you want to learn more about that, you can watch a lot of different videos on my channel. I highly recommend going on my channel and seeing how to set up your first Etsy and print on demand shop. If you haven't already, you can connect this if you already have a handmade shop or a digital shop. Print on demand services integrate with really any type of shop and business. Just because you're handmade doesn't mean that you only can sell handmade, vice versa. So with that being said, today I'm sharing my 0 to 100 sales shop launch strategy, and you guys can steal my strategy. This is what I would personally do and what I have done in 2023. If anyone has watched my series on YouTube, I started a Etsy and print on demand business and I scaled that business to 100 sales plus within a few months time frame. So to start this video off, I do want to reference to a book that I really love and recommend to anyone. That book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. He goes over a graph called the Plateau of Latent Potential. And if you have been on my channel or have joined me in any of my free content and courses, you probably already heard about this Plateau of Latent Potential because I mention it so many times. The reason being is because it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. This is not a thing that's going to happen overnight that you're going to get those first 100 sales. Generally speaking, for Etsy and any business model that you start, the plateau of latent potential is so critical and so crucial to understand because over time you may feel that, oh, if I upload a listing or a product on Etsy, I'll get one sale. And then if I upload more products, I'll get a few more sales. And the way that the graph actually looks is you won't see results. You will not see sales within primarily those first few months, unless you already have social media backing or ads, or you've done business before and you know marketing really well, then that may happen for some of you. But for me and for the shops that I've started and I'm scaled, and for the clients and students I've worked with time and time again, it does take about 3 to 6 months of consistent efforts and time, education, and just really working on that Etsy business to see results. So if you want to see my content more often, then you can hit subscribe so you get that content and notifications for my content. So the first step is laying the foundation with listings. And when I'm talking about listings, I'm talking about high quality intentional listings, but you do want to increase the repetition and volume of the listings in your Etsy shop. So within a year, you should have a few hundred listings up in your shop because that's going to establish the foundation again of your business, and hopefully you're going to see returns on that investment over time. If we go back to James Clear's book, The Atomic Habits, it generally is going to be tiny incremental increases of, you'll see a sale here or there at first, and then you'll see maybe a few sales in a week, and then that could potentially turn into a few sales a day. Every seller that's been successful on Etsy started at 0 sales and 0 listings, just like you. And they knew the concept that the more products you have to sell, the more purchases you can get. Now, this isn't always an exact correlation, But I will say in every Etsy shop I've ever had, the point of success has been over 300 listings is when I start seeing daily sales. With that being said, I did want to clear the air on another thing that people say a lot is, okay, if I upload all these listings, I'm still not getting sales. Now, there's a difference between a high volume of listings and quantity versus quality. So what I like to teach on my channel is uploading high quality and intentional listings. I'm not talking about just uploading random words on t-shirts over and over and over again. You need to be very intentional with what you create. The way to be intentional is by researching niches, researching products that are selling. And one of my favorite tools that I've used on my channel is Everbee to do that market research. So I would watch this video in full just to get the basics and step-by-step guide. But after this, I have a lot of tutorials on YouTube. I also do have courses down below as well. I have the Print on Demand Academy that's helped many students achieve 6 figures in their businesses within 1 year. I teach all that I know and what has worked, and it's a repeatable process for a lot of my students. Again, you can get that down below or just learn more about that if you would like. So the second step is how to get traffic consistently back to your Etsy shop. The ways to do that are either through organic traffic methods or paid traffic methods. Now, organic is just through your SEO and just uploading listings after listings in different SEO keyword searches. So if you are doing, let's say, the bridal niche, then you can do just married niche and products to list on Etsy. Then you can do maybe bachelorette party listings, and those would all fall within different search terms and categories that you can be found on Etsy. However, I will say that this method does take a lot of patience. It takes a lot of elbow grease and repetition. Now, if you're looking to do the paid method on Etsy, that's either doing Etsy ads or offsite ads. So with Etsy offsite ads, they take 12 to 15% of the total sale amount. So that's not including shipping, but it is the price that the customer paid that they take 12 to 15% on. I know the immediate red flag for this is, oh my gosh, what if I lose money when I have an offsite ad sale? Now, I just want to say when you're figuring out your pricing, I would just factor that into the pricing or just understand that a sale is a movement in the right direction for your business if you don't see profit. For me personally, I have seen $5 to $10 of profit with every offsite ad sale. It really does come down to your pricing of your products, but you can turn offsite ads off. At least you've made less than $10,000 within your first year on Etsy. I personally think it's a win in my book though, even if I get a sale and I lost money, because the thing is, every sale can really start building your momentum on Etsy to the point that you might see multiple order days, and then you may find that you're really revving up your sale volumes in the Etsy algorithm. The other type of paid ad is Etsy ads that you can turn on. And this is something I really would suggest to new shops to turn it on for 30 days on all of your listings. Even $1 a day is something that you could try just to start getting the wheel turning and start to build some momentum in your shop, that you get some visits and views. And if you were to get a sale on one of the listings that you had Etsy ads on, that will be a great indicator on what you can scale. So if that listing sold, look at that listing, look at the design on that listing. Can you take that to a different product type? Can you do a variation of that design on that listing? So if it comes in the color white, do a black version of that and create a new listing. That's how you can scale out and, again, build momentum. As far as other strategies, I highly do recommend opening up a business social media account either on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest. There's even LinkedIn. You can go on Facebook. There's just so many avenues to start a social media business account, and this can pull traffic outside of Etsy into Etsy. And Etsy has a share and save program that if you copy your listing or the link to any of your listings or your shop and direct people to it, you get 4% back. And that is a huge savings that could save you many dollars in every sale that you have on Etsy. So it's very encouraged to bring outside traffic into Etsy on a consistent basis. And the easiest way to do that is through social media. If you're in any Facebook group, this is the best place you could possibly go. Just sharing your new shop to your group. I will say, please please do ask your admin of that Facebook group first if that is allowed, because this is considered spam if you are just posting your listings in a group. I know it adds in a lot to your bucket of things that you have to do for your business on a daily basis and weekly basis, but it really does pay off by just finding a social media route to bring visitors outside of Etsy back into Etsy. So the other way to bring traffic back, and this usually is the best for if you are starting to see sales, and this kind of goes into step number 3. But before we get into step number 3, having a email list. Now, I know a lot of people, when I say email list, it's like, okay, I'm gonna skip this part of the video because I don't really care about email. Etsy has their own email marketing. What's in it for me? Now, having an email outside of Etsy, again, brings customers back into your Etsy shop. You can utilize the share and save in your Etsy business. And on top of that, if you have any promotions running, if let's say you want to go from Etsy to Shopify or your own website, you have this audience pre-built in your email list. Email is one of the most profitable marketing tools you could possibly use and pay for. Even if you paid for an email subscription service to host your email list on, email marketing is the best return on investment as far as any marketing you could potentially do for your business. So for every dollar spent on email marketing, there is an average of $36 in return. You could bring buyers back into your shop, and if they've already purchased from you in the past, usually that's why they're in your email list, so they know that they like your products, and by you sending them an email to bring them back, more than likely they're going to buy another product if they had a really great experience with the first product. So hence why I really recommend having an email list no matter what, because it really does help your business in the long run. So the third and final way is building momentum. Now, the way to build momentum is you can send a thank you card in the mail. Many customers will come back, especially if you're offering a coupon for them to buy again and they really had a great experience with your product. So if you get repeat customers, this is many brownie points in the Etsy algorithm, because Etsy is going to see, hey, these listings are getting repeat buyers and customers, so let's keep driving more organic traffic to the shop, and then that's going to build up your momentum. So please do thank you cards if you haven't already. If you're using any print-on-demand services, one that I love to use that I mentioned in the beginning of this video is Printify. You can add in branded inserts into your products. When they're printed, packed, and shipped to your customer, then they will have that branded insert that has that coupon that says, hey, come back to our shop. We'll give you 20% off or an additional amount off for purchasing with us again. Or you could also offer a referral. So, hey, if you would like to refer this to your friends, they can also get 20% off. Again, you're bringing that outside external traffic back into your shop, and those are huge bonus points and wins for your shop in the Etsy algorithm. As you get sales, and let's say that having repeat customers may not be an option for you right now, what I recommend is doubling down on what is selling. So this is not as complicated process as some people may make it in their heads. I know a lot of people, when you hear about hundreds of listings to upload in your Etsy business, it's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of listings. What do I create for? And honestly, it's just doubling down on what's working. So what is selling in your business is what I suggest making variations of. So if a design is selling on a mug, then why not take that design to a t-shirt? And then once you take that design to a t-shirt, take it to a long sleeve, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, a candle. There's just so many places you can scale this design out to and the listing out to. And if that design's working in one niche, I would scale it out to multiple niches. So that's how you can easily scale your shop. And it's very easy to do with using a service and print-on-demand provider like Printify. I do have a tutorial on 10 things you need to know about Printify on how to easily scale out listings. I would recommend watching that at the end of this video if you haven't already, but that's how you can easily scale as you go forward. If you're at the point where you hit 100 sales and you want to keep going up from there, list, rinse, repeat is kind of my motto as far far as that goes, because if you keep listing and keep scaling out your niches, your product types, the variations of designs, that's how you're going to build momentum to the point that you could have a multiple six-figure Etsy business like I have. And basically that is the secret sauce, so to speak, which really isn't that secret, but basically that is how I've scaled my businesses in the past and how I continue to scale my businesses. So if you like this video and maybe you want to start your own print-on-demand business, I have a free print-on-demand crash course in the links in the description below. And also I do have Printify Premium for free. I have the code down below too. If you would like to start your print-on-demand business today, you definitely can. And I would encourage you to, if you're watching this and maybe you still haven't started yet, you're just considering, I highly, highly recommend, of course, because my whole channel is built over this one concept and this one business model that has been able to provide me financial freedom and the ability to work from home and quit my 9 to 5. So I can't recommend it enough. I think this is one of the most profitable business models you could potentially go into in 2024 and any year for that matter. But besides that, don't forget to subscribe, stick around for that blooper reel, and I'll see you all in the next video here. So now that we have down the pretty good, I personally have, that sounds silly, me saying pretty good. If we kind of cut that or fix that a little bit.